for about 3 years now. This is going to be my first year being the varsity coach.
I'm Emil Price. I'm number 12 and I play outside left front.
Hi, I'm Tamara Foster and I am a middle front.
Hey, my name is Abby Dupree and I'm libero.
I'm Jemiah Kelly and I'm a defensive specialist.
I'm Kaya Underwood and I'm a setter.
All right, this question's for Coach. This being your first year, you've had some practice time now with these girls, correct? What have you learned about the team so far since you've been in your role as head coach?
That they generally enjoy each other's company. They are friends outside the court. They really do care about each other. They all mesh well. Like, that's one thing I don't have to worry about with them.
And what was your background before you got here as Gaston's coach?
I actually got hired to be the junior high coach for Gaston the summer after I graduated from there. And I've just been working up and getting some time in there since then.
Awesome.
Ivy, what would you say your position was?
Libero.
LIV? Okay, I read up on that this morning. First time I've ever heard that term. Now, Micaiah, are you okay with her wearing a different color shirt? Because I think you're supposed to be wearing the white shirt, right?
No.
Is it not the setter?
No, the libero wears a different color jersey.
I thought it was the setter.
No.
You're embarrassing.
I've been watching volleyball all wrong. And so it's the libero that wears the different color shirt. And her, a lot of people refer to them as diggers.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
the one that would dig the most balls in the game generally.
Gotcha.
Nice. Next question. Out of all you girls, which one's the class clown? Which one keeps it funny?
Our player,
All right. Out of all you girls, which one of you guys are the hardest worker? Coach, you may have to jump in on that one.
I don't have to ask that of them. They all give me everything they've got every time I step on that court. Like, I don't have to beg for it, ask for effort. They just want to give it.
Nice. That's good.
So you've got 3 seniors.
I do.
That's very good for a volleyball team to have good leadership. Talk about some of the leadership that you got coming back for this year.
We lost a lot last year. Like, this is basically a brand new varsity team except for one of my seniors. She's on her way here. She's running late. She had to work, and the other one actually is at work. So.
Quick question. Is she going to run laps for being late? Just throwing that out there.
Yes.
Nice.
She's working.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But yeah, the 3 of them get along really well together. It's a lot of team leadership. It's not just one of them stepping up and being the boss. You know, like, they all work together really well, and it's cohesive.
I got another question. Out of all you girls, which one of you girls think you're going to go on to coach at the next level yourself? Does any of you have coach's blood in you, like Coach does?
yeah, I would probably coach, but it wouldn't be volleyball.
Okay, she's taking a shot at the sport. I like it.
What would it be?
The one I would actually coach, basketball.
Basketball. A lot of dual sports.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't. There's none of them that just play volleyball. I have 8 on the team, and every single one of them is a multi-sport athlete.
Coach, do you feel that playing other sports helps with volleyball?
Yes, yes, it does. Because they're used to being on a team. It's not something they have to get used to. They're doing it all year long, all season long.
Nice.
I asked each one what sports they play.
Yeah, which sports do you guys play?
I play volleyball and basketball.
I play volleyball, basketball, and I cheer and I throw shot put and track.
I play, well, I play basketball, volleyball, track, and then I'm on dance line.
What do you run in track?
I do shot put and distance.
So both of y'all do shot put?
We'll go ahead and ask who throws it further.
I do long jump and track and I cheer.
I play basketball, volleyball, and cheerleader.
And you're a freshman, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Gaston's going to have you for.
Oh,
Fresh?
yeah. We're excited.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think about Coach Swain Morris's haircut?
It looks nice.
Hey, we were admiring it at the previous show.
pretty awesome.
I haven't got to see it yet.
It's
Oh, it's
Billy Ray Cyrus-ish.
you,
Like old school Billy Ray Cyrus.
not Old Town Road.
You got anything else, Josh?
Who would y'all? Who's your biggest rival? Who do y'all get most fired up
Let's see
for?
what they'll say.
I think last year was like Westbrook because it was.
I say Ohachi.
Yeah,
I think Ohachi was the biggest.
Ohachi?
Ohachi, West End, we play West End a lot, so we get a lot of time with them.
Does it get pretty nasty on the court? A little trash talking going on?
It,
Coach, come on now. Coach, come on now. Who is your biggest trash talker? Do you have any?
Oh, she's the biggest trash talker.
What? She's the quietest one at the table.
Get her
I love
balled up.
caused some major wrong points.
Get a couple gang signs thrown.
Coach, in this being your first year, what goals have you set for the team and yourself?
For myself, I'm trying to think how to put this. I would like to just be consistent in what I'm telling them, consistent in what they hear coming out of my mouth. I don't want to be wishy-washy, you know. I want them to know that they have something stable here and I care about them genuinely.
One still voice all the way through. I like it.
What year did you graduate from Gaston?
2016.
It's awesome.
I just had my 20-year reunion.
We're old, man.
I got a little.
You don't shy away from games. You don't shy away from teams. I see you've packed your schedule full of pretty good teams. A lot of tournaments. So
Yeah, I try to get as many of those as I can.
yeah.
I think that's all we got, guys.
Good luck this year.
Yep. Good luck.
Hope y'all have a great year.
You guys start rolling. We'll meet up with you down the road.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, guys.
I'm Annie Page. I'm the head coach of the Lady Titans volleyball team.
My name is Rachel Wilson and I'm a freshman.
My name is Tiana Cole and I'm a junior.
My name is Kaylin Dunn and I'm a junior.
I'm Carla Mitchell and I'm a senior.
My name is Alicia Posey and I'm a junior.
My name's Emma Mason, I'm a junior.
I'm Matina Johnson, I'm a senior.
My name's Rebecca Clay and I'm a sophomore.
So, Coach, you've it's your first year as a head coach, second year at Gad City, correct?
Yes, sir.
You've had some practice time with the girls now.
We were able to get, mainly 4 days come and go during the summer.
What have you learned about your team in that brief time? Something stuck out to you about this particular group of girls?
Well, they showed up. And I don't mean like showed up, came in the door. They mentally showed up. They showed up to learn. And that was all I wanted. We're going to learn the game before we can play the game. And so it was a great summer. I'm looking forward to our first official practice on Monday, having the whole team together. I don't think that we got the whole entire team together this summer with obviously prior engagements, but I'm excited for Monday.
You last year, Gad City had a kind of a disappointing year. I know you're hoping to turn it down. Are you willing to look at that as a big challenge or a tremendous opportunity for you?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think our high school deserves better. We need to represent better, and I think that these girls surrounding me are the girls that are going to represent better, whether that's a winning record or just having class out on the court.
I think we need to get some kind of friendly challenge with Coach Smith. Whoever has the highest winning percentage, the other team has to take the other team out to eat.
I am game, but we get to pick Pruitt's.
I like that.
Sounds good.
It's not a positive for this year, but I noticed not a lot of seniors, but that's got to be promising for next year.
Absolutely.
So you've got a lot of young talent coming up.
Absolutely. We did graduate. I think we graduated 4 last year. That had really been with the program for a long time. I have 3 returning seniors this year. I have 1 newbie coming in her senior year. It's exciting. Those 4 girls are hard-working girls. They're going to be hard to replace next year. But this year, my junior class is the class that grew the most. A bunch of them took off their sophomore year for other reasons, and now they're back. And so it's nice to have them, especially when their average height is above 5'8".
I got a question. Are all you girls multiple sport athletes, or is it just volleyball for you girls?
I'm just volleyball. Yeah, I'm just volleyball. I used to be multiple sport, but it was just too much, and I realized that this is what I want to do.
I play multiple sports. I used to, but volleyball.
I just play volleyball.
I play a lot, but volleyball is it for now.
I got another question for you. Which one of you guys out of this group is the class clown? Who keeps it fun and entertaining for everybody?
Is that Caleb?
Everybody.
Yeah, it really is.
I like it.
They're goofy.
Are they?
They're goofy children.
That's good stuff.
They're goofy children.
Ladies, I don't know if y'all have noticed this or not, but Coach Page is very energetic, ball of fire. I'm picking up. No, I'm picking up on it right now. I mean, she got me ready to run through a wall. But is that something that you bring to every practice? Is that like a staple? Is that something she's fired up all the
That's
time?
something that we love about him as coach.
I've noticed it since you sat down, or before you sat down.
Have you guys done something to see the wrath of her yet?
Yes.
See, this is the good stuff we want to hear right here. I'm digging it.
Yeah, we do it though. We do it to her. So
Nice.
Okay, let's be honest for here. Just a second. Okay, out of the girls that are surrounding me, I have technically only coached 2 in season, which are these 2 lovelies. How did they get on to y'all team?
Ladies, you can tell us. We're in a safe house.
Back row is sort of my wheelhouse. I've got an assistant coach that's sort of the setter wheelhouse, and then we're all getting better at the hit part of it. But last year, as a JV coach, moving up to assistant varsity, back row was my wheelhouse, and so Montana was my girl on the back row. So Montana got lots of text messages at 9 o'clock, lots of talking to in the hallway. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I got a few more. I got a few more. Weight room. What's the weight room regimen like? How often do you guys lift, or do you guys do like calisthenics?
What we did this season, well, let's back up. I was the interim head coach starting the first week of April. So I had a 4-week turnaround to get tryouts out, get schedules. We had no games scheduled at the beginning of April. That's Coach Vogel, I called him, painted me. So that, getting all that stuff in line, the weight room thing is what we are going to focus on next year. This year, we sort of let our athletic trainer at school, he designed a program for the sand courts in Gadsden City.
Okay.
So one of my assistant coaches headed that up. And so 2 times a week in the early mornings, most of them, I think all of them went at different times, and they got to do different body weight exercises, but also in the sand. So that was their main, and they've shown out this past week. They really are in good shape.
That's good.
We've talked with Coach Smith and we've talked with Coach Huff, and one thing they both emphasized is unity and teams coming together. Is that something that y'all have felt, and that you're, it's not just volleyball, it's, all sports coming together to support other sports?
I feel like other teams, they do come to go sport, especially with like football. There's a bunch of people who are friends with football players, and football players come and see us like after practice, because our games are normally after they get out. So I do feel like that they have come to support in the past, and I feel like they continue to support as long as we support them also.
I think that's
Exactly. We can always use more support.
Yeah, we had our head coaches meeting today, and Coach Smith and I sat down for a little bit, and we're going to work something out with our girls and boys, and we're in it together. We're in FCA together. We're in season together, and we share kids in the classroom. So we're all Titans.
Coach, you've been your first full season as you as head coach. This is the last question we'll have for you. What is your personal goals, and then maybe some team goals as well?
I think personal goals is to be able to manage the game. That's always going to be a challenge for any coach. Knowing when to make the right decisions, you're not always going to make them. But I hope to be able to lead this team with grace and let them know that 1% is something. And we're going to get better. It might take some time. We might not be perfect, but we're going to get better. As a team, you know, last year, like the girl said, we had some attitudes. I want them to become respectable young ladies and know that they can go far in life off that court before anything else.
I think that's all we got. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck this year.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, Coach, go ahead.
I'm Jim Vogel, head coach at Coosa Christian Volleyball.
You're gonna have to speak up a little bit.
My name's Kayla and I'm an outsider.
My name's Chloe Davidson and I'm an outside hitter. My name's Erica Snow and I'm an outside hitter.
My name is Bella Millard and I'm a setter.
My name is Liz and I'm the setter.
I'm Jamal Littlejohn and I'm an outside hitter.
I'm India Brown and I'm a middle hitter.
I'm Emma Justice and I'm a middle hitter.
Okay, Coach, this is your first year at Coosa, but you've coached several years. You've actually won a state title before. What's some realistic expectations for this being your first year here at Coosa, personally and team-wise?
Well, if I can find a setter, I know we have three, well, two here and then one girl. I actually have an eighth grade girl that's trying to be a setter as well. If I can find a good setter, somebody that can move the ball around, or two good setters, I think we can have a shot at going to regionals.
I like it. Wow. And I know you coach me in basketball. I know you're a big philosophy guy. And we used to take a lot of notes. You still practice that with these girls?
Well, she can't write. She can barely, but she can't do cursive. We don't take notes like we used to. We're not good, but they've probably heard one or two philosophical sayings through that. I guess we've had about 10 workouts, something like that. Yeah. And I'm still big on that because it's just you control your mind, do a lot of stuff.
Now, I've personally seen India play and this young lady here both play. You guys are talented in basketball. How many two sport athletes do we have on this team?
2 or more.
Probably all.
Everyone. I like it. What all sports do you play?
Volleyball, basketball, softball, cheer, track.
Volleyball, softball, and cheer. Volleyball, basketball, cheer, and track.
Volleyball, basketball, cheer, and track.
Volleyball, basketball, and cheer.
Volleyball, basketball, and track.
Volleyball, basketball, and cheer.
Do you guys believe that helps you in other sports? When you play other sports, help other sports? Do you guys believe in that? I definitely think so as well.
Coach, I noticed not a good thing this year, but definitely a positive going into next year and the next. You're a very young team. So talk about having the opportunity to start the team out young for the most part and bringing them up in your style and your philosophy.
Well, I'm happy and sad. I'm sad because it's India's last year and it's this girl's last year. And I think I have one more senior.
No.
I just have two? Wow. But they work really, really hard. And I'm glad that I get a chance to coach them. They both have been really, I've been impressed on how much they want to be coached. I've been really impressed with them. But I'm really excited that we're young. And actually, we've been working out 7th graders and up. And what was it, about the second day, I'm firing balls at them. And I drill a ball, and a little girl picks it up. I mean, it doesn't go where I really want it to, but it gets up in the air. I mean, I'm hitting it. And then I realized that was a 7th grader. And so I stopped, and I went philosophical on it. And, I told him, we all need to know our pluses and our strengths and our weaknesses. And I said, well, one of my weaknesses is I'm very demanding. And do I need to back off? And every one of them said, no, keep pushing. And I'm like, okay, get back in line. So that's impressive, to see people to do that. That's where you want to be.
The Vogels are very, they will push you beyond what you think your own limit is.
Now, you two guys being seniors, I want each one of you to take a minute and talk about your role being the leader on the team and what that means to you personally, knowing that this is, don't let it pass you by, knowing that this is your last season to play volleyball. What does that mean to you personally, and how are you going to lead this team by example?
My role is just, be the best I can be for my team and be the biggest leader on this team. And, when times get tough, I still lift up my team and just when we step on the court, it's our court and to do the best we can.
The same thing she said, just to be a good leader and a role model and just keep lifting each other up when we get down, because we had a tough season last year and I'm excited for this season. I think if we all just lift each other up and be, we're all leaders, just all lead each other and help each other out, like Coach tells us to coach each other, help each other out. We can do make it far this year. It's going to be sad because I've played with these girls for quite a few years, but I'm excited for the season.
You kind of stole my thunder. The first day of official practice, I always have a conversation with the seniors that this is your last first day, and you're going to blink and it's going to be senior night, and you do. And every person I've ever had that conversation with, when it's senior night, they're like, wow, that was 3 months that went by really quick. I just wanted to take advantage of every second, because again, you're going to blink and it's going to be good.
It's a true story. You got anything else?
No.
Coach, we appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
It's good.
All right, Coach, go ahead.
All right, I'm Haley Simmons, head volleyball coach at Hopesville High School.
I'm Bethany Noah, and I'm a senior.
I'm Kristen Shields, and I'm a senior.
I'm Haley Cashman and I'm a senior.
I'm Megan Cashman, and I'm a senior.
I'm Megan Johnson, I'm a senior. I'm Matt Stegman and I'm a senior. I'm Emily Matronico and I'm a senior. I'm Aubrey Mullen and I'm a senior.
Okay, before we even get started, I got something to say, Coach. With all this senior leadership, do you really have to coach, or do these girls just show up and get it done?
You might want to ask them that. No, really. They're good. There is a lot of leadership on the team, but they're very receptive to learning things.
So in other words, you got coachable seniors. They don't know everything.
No, they don't know everything.
Nice.
They're very coachable.
All right, so out of all you girls up here, who is the class clown? We always ask this question. Who keeps it lively in the locker room, and when things get down, who?
The twins. The twins are Emily.
Together?
Yeah.
I like it. So, all right, so another question we always like to ask is, who do you have out here, Coach, that is the hardest worker? Is there one person, or do they all work pretty hard?
They feed off each other. They all work really hard. They feed off each other. This is what's so great about these group of seniors, and I've had them, this whole time. So they know how to do that. They know how to feed off each other and push each other.
Without starting a riot in here today, who's your biggest rival?
What did I say?
Southside?
In county. Yeah, in the county. Yeah.
What about outside the county?
Cherokee County.
Cherokee County?
So, how many players total do you have, Coach, that are?
On my varsity, I have 9. So I have these 8 seniors and 1 junior. She's not here.
So, I'm not putting pressure on you, Coach, but with that kind of leadership, we got to be thinking some titles here.
You would think so. We're working really hard towards that.
I like it. All right. So, if you have, Coach, this is for you personally.
Okay.
If you guys have like a team building event or off day or something like that, what would we find you guys doing?
On our team building day, which we do.
You do actually have one of
We
those?
do that, and we do that at my house. And so I invite all the girls, and I put them in groups, and they do skits, or they do like a talent show.
We gotta get our hands
I've
on
got
this.
some footage. I'll get some footage.
We're gonna add this to this video.
But really, they get into it, and it's fun, and brings everybody together, and everybody laughs and has a good time. So, yeah.
So girls, out of all you guys, how many multi-sport athletes do you have?
Everyone but
These two
So
play
everybody
volleyball, and
else?
everybody else.
So you guys stay busy pretty much year round then. As far as working out, like, do you do calisthenic workouts, or do you guys actually lift? Or
We lift.
you actually do lift?
We do lift.
So we found the coaches so far about 50-50, half of them do and half of them don't.
On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm on lifting, did y'all say? And Tuesday, Thursday is jump training.
Nice.
So,
Do you guys do any sand work, play in the sand? Y'all don't do that? Do you think, as a head coach, do you think that actually would hinder their game or help their game?
I think it'd be beneficial.
Because I know in the city, they said that they actually have a day where they do go play in the
Yeah,
sand.
I think it could be beneficial.
Do any of you girls plan on playing at the next level? You plan on playing at the next level? Does any of you girls plan on becoming a volleyball coach? Nobody?
Or a coach.
A coach, period. Any sport.
Possibly. Possibly.
All right. Better soak up all the knowledge you can from coach right here. Josh, can you? I believe that's it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, go.
Brothers, Southside Volleyball.
I'm Zanaya Hardy, and I'm a sophomore. I'm Liz Brown, I'm a senior. I'm Emma Resort, and I'm a freshman. I'm Emma Knowlton, and I'm a freshman. I'm Jalen Burton, and I'm a freshman. I'm Chloe Smedley, and I'm a freshman. I'm Hannah Rogers, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Katie Ogle, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Kylie Michael, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Sydney Yates, and I'm a junior. I'm Macy Williams, and I'm a senior. I'm Maggie Bell, and I'm a senior.
I'm Macy Harris, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Abigail Hopper, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Ellen Knowlton, and I'm a freshman.
Okay, coach. Question for you. You guys had some tremendous success the last couple of years. You've also lost some really good players off of last year's team, but I do see some familiar faces. Can you talk about that transition from a leadership standpoint to coming into this season, and how some of these guys' roles are going to change? Could you talk about that?
Sure. Honestly, I don't think we really lost. I mean, we did lose a whole lot from last year, but we haven't skipped a beat from the summer. We had some kids to transfer in, and then we've also just the younger ones that's been playing with us that I brought up from last year's team. They just kind of went right in and molded with everybody. So really, this summer we haven't really skipped a beat from what we lost last year. They've done a good job of stepping in those shoes to help us out.
If you're on JV, raise your hand. One thing I noticed, Coach, that you brought your JV here, I think that preaches unity. And I think you guys, like you said, hadn't missed a beat, and I think that's why. Because you're definitely showing some attention to these younger girls, and then they see the leadership of these older girls, and I think that definitely plays into your success at Southside.
It really has to. They'll just see, what they're doing now, so they'll just carry on year after year.
Last year, you guys had a tremendous season, correct? Are you going to use that as momentum springboarding into this season?
Oh, absolutely. That's what we're trying to get on, because we got our hearts broken last year when it regionals. We went 5 games and they played their hearts out, and so that's just what we want to do is try to build on the last game to hopefully win one more to advance to the final this year.
Yeah, going into that East Limestone game, you had you were riding a 27 set to 3 set advantage. You'd only lost 3 sets. I know that had to be heartbreaking, but you've learned lessons from that. Kind of turned it into a positive, turn it around. Talk about that.
Well, like I said, it was just a heartbreak for all of us. I don't really show my emotions a whole lot on the court, and after that, Terry Thompson gave me a hug, and I broke down because it was just one of those games where it took everything out of us. And if you saw on the floor, the girls are just heartbroken too. So that's just something that we don't want to feel like that again. We don't want that feeling to go into that last match, last game, especially because their senior year, we want something going on positive. So hopefully that'll help out.
Coach, in terms of like, we've been about 50-50 on this. Do you guys actually lift, or do you guys do a lot more calisthenic type workout?
A lot more calisthenics. We are pretty much, we do a lot of some lifting. It's more like body weight stuff, but we do a lot of endurance. It's just, basically it's CrossFit is what we do. So it's, we get a lot of endurance built in with our lifting, carries, and all that kind of stuff. So when we go into our gym and start playing, our gym is, 100 degrees every time we go to play. So that's the kind of facility we work out in. So to me, I think we're better endurance-wise than some teams that we play, especially when they come into our gym. They can't handle it sometimes.
Coach, you don't turn the heater up.
I was fixing to say.
It stays on year round.
I know.
In the wintertime, it is on.
So if you guys are senior, raise your hand. All right, how many we got? 2? Just 2? 3?
I have one on vacation.
Okay, so you two guys, specifically, talk about your role as seniors and some of the things that you've done and are going to do to help some of these underclassmen so that when you leave, Southside continues to grow and get better.
Leadership's a big thing, and I feel like if we get better and better each year, then I'll have something to look forward to and more to add to.
Kind of going off what she said, just leadership, just being a good example and showing them like what we want them to step like me when we leave. It's just being a good example for them to be able to go by that when we're not here.
How many two-sport athletes? 2 or more?
A few three-sport athletes.
You notice that it's very common. We've noticed that. I know that young lady went to Jacksonville basketball as well, right? Yes.
How many soccer players?
I do remember these 2 young ladies.
Yep.
Do you guys, or you specifically, do you guys get with other coaches and talk about, workouts and things like that? Or do you have to alter what you do to help some of these other coaches?
Well, we work together pretty well. Usually our spring sports and winter sports, their stuff is kind of in June. And so even though we still say, hey, we still got to come work out, we know they got maybe some soccer stuff or softball stuff to do or basketball. And then, July is more or less the fall sports. So they still do basketball and stuff like that in July, but, their main focus is volleyball. So we work our schedules around each other. Sometimes it's a lot for them to do, but they do very well at juggling it. So we try to, help them out as much as possible so we're not just giving them.
And one last question for you, Coach. Can you give me a personal goal for yourself as far as a coach and a team goal for this season?
Personal goal just for these girls just to enjoy volleyball, get as much as they can out of it, not just on the court, but just in life in general. I do love to win. I'm a competitive person, but just as far as they make, I like to see them succeed after life, and that's the good thing is when they come back to you and say, hey, this is what I've done, or stuff like that. So that's always great to hear. And then what was that? I'm sorry.
What a team goal for you?
Just to go out and be competitive every match that we play. We're not going to win every single match, but that's one of our goals to do. But just to be competitive in our tournaments, and especially once postseason hits, just go all out for it.
And lastly, Coach, what would you want these girls to take away from your mentoring and coaching into their day-to-day lives once the season's over and they're going to graduate and go on into college and off to work?
Just hopefully they'll say that I was a positive influence hopefully on their lives. I'm always trying to get them to come sit in church with me. I go to church right here, so I'll send out random messages saying, hey, if you don't got anywhere to go, which most of them, they do go, somewhere, so they're very active in that. So just basically just to be that person that said, hey, they care about me, they took care of me, so that's just my main goal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with your lesson.
Yes.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, we'll have fun, trust me.
You ready? All right. Drew Hall. I'm filling in for head coach Jamie Barkley tonight.
My name is Morgan Lassiter, and I'm a junior. My name is Taylor Wittenberg, and I'm a senior. My name is Madeline Gorman, and I'm a senior.
name's Vivian Bear. My name is Aubrey Gray, and I'm a senior.
My name is Lexi Gray, and I'm a senior. My name is Katie McGinnis, and I'm a junior.
Okay, before we go any further, guys, can we go ahead and get you to put the glasses on there, Coach? We want the top gun, top field. Now listen.
Are we going to be inverted?
We're all going to be converted, but you're going to have to keep up foreign relations, communications. All right, so how many seniors we got again?
4.
4 right here. Raise your hands for a second. All right, each one of you guys, if you don't mind, talk about your role as a senior and how it's changed from when you were a freshman. I'm sorry.
We definitely have to watch over everyone to make sure that they're okay, make sure that they understand the new incoming freshmen, understand where they need to be, and make sure everyone's okay.
With no hazing, of course, right?
You guys don't do that, do you?
We actually post a lot.
I think as seniors we should be leaders, of course. Seniors should always lead, and so for those that don't know their role or don't understand something, you're supposed to be there to explain it for them, but mainly to lead and to encourage.
Same thing. As being seniors, we have to be more leaders and step up to help other people. From freshman year to sophomore year, definitely stepping up and keeping up with the teammates all been on board.
All right. On a typical day when you guys are training, what does a typical day look like from you guys from a typical training day, like a normal practice? How much running do you do, calisthenics? How much do you actually practice plays and stuff? What does a normal day look like?
Well, on a normal day, we usually start off with about a 30-minute workout, and then we take like a 10-minute break just to catch our breath and stuff, and then we jump right into about an hour and a half practice where we go through passing drills and hitting drills and setting drills, and then we just scrimmage for a little bit, just to kind of get used to our rotations.
Do you guys lift weights?
Yeah.
See, we were doing a poll
It's back to
today.
50-50.
It's 50-50 now. We found out some teams do zero weight. We found out some teams do a lot of weight. And then we found out you guys play in the sand in it. You do? Okay. We found out some teams is mandatory to play in the sand. We're just finding out different techniques here.
Is the libero?
No.
Okay.
Is she too cool to show
There
up?
is a trend of the libero not showing up.
This is the six.
They're too cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, like on baseball, like closers, they're on their own little world. Liberos, own little world.
I got you.
Kind of like.
They think they can wear a different color shirt. And
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's like Mark Waller's coming in 95.
Mark Wahlers. That's awesome.
did not expect a Mark Waller's reference.
Which one of you guys is the class clown of the team? We gotta have one. Who keeps it fun now?
Can't say coach.
Speak up, we can't hear you.
No.
That's the goal. If they're not here, I think you throw them under the bus.
Oh yeah, definitely. If they're not here, let's hear her name.
Okay, I'd say Kinsley Gray.
She's not here.
Yeah,
Oh, let's throw her.
Naughty Beth.
Or Naughty or Kinsley.
All right. Next question is, I think I know the answer to this. Who's your biggest rival? Coach Club? Talk to us about that game. Is it, you guys change what you do? Is there a little bit heightened sensitivity to listen to coach and prepare? We noticed, now I don't know if you guys know this or not, they had all seniors and one junior this year. So they're a pretty senior laden team. And they got one underclassman and all seniors, which I thought that was pretty interesting. So that being your biggest rival, you girls have probably battled these girls forever. Are you guys gonna beat them this year?
Well,
Yes.
Nice.
we hope so. But we got a secret weapon. We got Coach Barkley. And she's
Nice.
awesome. And she's really prepared these girls, especially in the off season. And so, when our kids wake up and their feet hit the floor, we really want them to feel dangerous. And I think we do. And I think that's an age that we bring.
Hey, clock, he's getting me fired up.
There's about to be a Josh-shaped hole right over there.
Talk to us about Glencoe, the fans of Glencoe. You guys did a lot of sport?
Yes, tons.
I know. I used to go to school there years and years ago, and it's always like that in every school. They always showed up. Does any one of you guys want to talk about how special the city of Glencoe is in general?
It's very special. They help us we make it to regionals, we made it to state, they helped us pay for buses, pay for hotels, water, Gatorade. They made sure we were prepared to go where we needed to go.
And the student body is also very supportive. Like at state and at regionals, they all came, they all dress up in a theme. Like we have a very supportive student body.
That's beautiful. That's the type of thing that just get me fired up.
And you know, like, and I can speak from, another side of it. I've coached away from Glencoe. I went to Glencoe, now I've come back. And these kids are special. When I see these kids in church, when I see these kids out at Walmart and other places, like, I'm not like dodging, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, when I see these kids, I like pointing them out and saying, hey, those are mine. And I know Coach Barkley feels the same, and all the other coaches at Glencoe. It is a very special place.
Well, I know my boy goes to Holt's Bluff, but he comes to a lot of the Glencoe games. So I see Glencoe and Holt's Bluff doing both things. They're both coming to Holt's Bluff and they're both going to Glencoe.
I think you guys got respect.
It's a big
they do,
rivalry,
yeah.
but it's a respect.
It's a respect.
And I mean, when I see guys that I played against, I mean, you still, you shake their hand, you hug their neck, but you still like those bragging rights. Hey, I beat you that time, so that's just fun rivalry.
Absolutely. I got a big question. As a team, do you guys get more excited over a nice dig or a kill shot spot? Which one gets you fired up more?
I think it's about even. Yeah. Well, to get a good kill, you have to have a good pass. So if you have a good dig, it all starts with a pass. It comes down to it. You don't have a good pass, you don't have a good set, so you don't get a good dig.
Who's the best passer on the team?
Ronnie.
She's the one that's not here.
That's the libero, right? Okay.
That's all that man, Mark Waters.
We need to have a talk with these guys.
Hey,
Find out this conspiracy behind this.
after every point, do y'all come together and huddle? What y'all say?
We talk about physics. Physics? Yeah. Trajectory of the ball.
I've always
In
wondered
order to
because
spin.
See that? Yeah.
it looks, everybody says, everybody gets together. Have y'all ever had a point scored on you while you were gathered up? I've seen that happen a couple of times. But, it's just, I guess, kind of like in a football huddle, on ready break.
All right, girls. What's and anybody can answer this. Give me a goal for you guys this year. What is a goal for you guys? Something that you set out to do as a team that you said, we're not going to stop until we do this.
Well, our first goal is to win county. Our second goal would be to, of course, win area. And then we really want to make it to regionals. And then if we get the chance to go to state.
How many of you play more than one sport?
Everybody. What do you play?
I play soccer.
Awesome.
I'm gonna play softball.
Ish.
Softball.
Basketball. Basketball and track.
Basketball.
All track.
How far did y'all make it last year?
First year on the state.
So 5 or 8.
And who was it that you played?
Montgomery Academy.
Those academies.
Academies.
They're good.
Open them, roll them. Of course.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We ran into that time and time again.
I'm not going to tell you my thoughts on that on camera.
It's kind of like Rocky.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah, we ran into that. We ran into that several times. You got anything else?
No.
I did, guys. Thank you.
Hey, good luck.
Good luck, you guys.
I'm Abby Garrett, and I'm a senior.
Joanna McCutcheon, and I'm a senior.
Caitlin Marr, senior.
Amber O'Sullivan, senior. Kelly Duarte, junior.
What school are you with?
Westbrook Christian.
Yes. All right. Here we go, guys. As a team, we always ask everybody this. Talk about your workout regimen. Did you guys lift weights or no?
Yes, we do.
You do lift weights? Okay. Now we're back up to 60-40.
Yep.
We've asked all the teams here, and now you guys broke the tie. Only 60% of the teams do lift weights, and 40% of the teams don't. Now, practice-wise, how much running do you guys do?
Pretty much, we run, like, we never are allowed to, like, walk in the gym. We're always running from, like...
So constant cardio, basically.
Yes. but we only do like sprints like for like a punishment.
I got you. But if you're constantly moving, that's good.
How many two-sport athletes here?
Multi-sport athletes? You play 3 sports?
What do you
play?
Volleyball, basketball, and soccer.
Volleyball and soccer.
Volleyball.
You just play volleyball?
Just volleyball.
Okay. Do you find that playing these multiple sports like that, does it help you with your game in volleyball?
Yeah, I definitely think that playing multiple sports helps with the different attitudes as well as being in shape for all of them, because you have to run for all of them, and good sportsmanship also.
And the team aspect of it all. How about you?
Yeah, I think playing a lot of sports really helps you, also stay in condition, but also helps you see, different sides of sports and how you can relate them to other sports to, help you in the game.
What they said.
What they said? All right. Now, let me ask you this. Do you guys get more excited for a nice dig or a kill shot? Which one gets you fired up more?
Kill.
I like kill, yeah.
Really? Because, we've asked the girls that, and that's about 50-50. One thing they both said is when you get a good kill, you also have to have a great pass. So with that being said, who's the best passer? Who sets people up the best in this team?
Jaylen is, but she's not here.
Our libero isn't here. She's out of town.
That's another conspiracy we're having today. This is the 7th one that's not been here today.
We're 7 for 7 on the libero not showing up.
Yeah.
So
No, we had one of them.
We had one here.
Oh, okay.
But the funny thing is, we contributed to closers in baseball. They always got an attitude and a little bit.
They're kind of like a little bit. They wear a different color shirt. They think they're different, and so we say, "Where's the libero?" And every team
Everyone's
except
not
for one
here.
has said, "Oh, they're not here."
Is there some kind of conspiracy behind that? Is this young lady a good team player? Okay. I just wonder. We're just starting to wonder here.
It's just it's very
What
odd.
happens here?
Who's the clown?
Who's the class? Who keeps it fun in the locker room? Is that you?
I gotta figure that.
So when team's down or something and you need to pick me up, or that's her. Do we have any trash talkers here? Or do you guys keep it close to the vest?
No, it's Westbrook Christian.
Yeah,
That's Westbrook Christian.
We try our best to, be
Be a good example. Okay.
So y'all made it to Huntsville last year. Made it to regional. You won the area last 3 years, I believe. Talk about maybe some team goals this year.
Well, of course, first we'd like to keep area title. That's just always been, our first goal, and it's important to us. And we've almost kind of made it a tradition almost.
That's awesome.
But going to Huntsville again for sure is a really big goal for us.
Raise a hand. How many seniors? 4 seniors. I want each one of you, if you got a minute, to talk about your role as a senior. We can start right here. Being in that leadership role now, and knowing that this is your last season to play here. Can you talk about that a little bit?
It's kind of interesting.
First of all, can you believe it's your last year? That's something
It's
we all
surprising that it kind of creeped up that fast. It's crazy how last year I looked up to the 4 seniors we had, and now obviously being a senior that you have the people looking up to you and having to keep that positive attitude as well as the sportsmanship because people are looking up to you is interesting. Needless to say.
How about you?
It's definitely different, and I really can't believe, this is my last year, but it also encourages me to, give this last season my all and work hard every day here in the gym and work hard on your off days too, and it's really shown, that leadership in a team is important, and you have to step up, because I remember I walked in the gym our first practice and I was like, oh, where are the seniors? And I was like, I'm a senior, that's my job now, so I have to step up and I have to show them how to do it and show them how to be a team. And that's a lot of responsibility, but I guess by the time you're a senior, I guess you're ready for it.
That's awesome. I love that answer.
I would say just really encouraging the other girls and girls and making sure you're doing your part on the team and leading by example. Haven't played as long and just really just play your hardest and do what you can.
I think it's really important for us this year without having like a set coach that we as seniors kind of take in, that we continue to build relationships with the younger players and use that relationship to lead by example and give it our all on everything on and off the court. And just like continue to live the example that we are proud to. Like, we want to leave a legacy. We don't want to just be like a senior class that was okay. We want to be like the best. And there's 2 seniors here that we're out of town and can't make it. So having 6 seniors is a real big deal this year. So
I'm gonna say a name you guys probably don't know who this is, but I'll explain right after. You guys know who Danny Horn is? He's a football coach here in Alabama at Central Clay County. They won the state last year. He's got 7 state titles. And I noticed 2 of you girls, well, he had them at Clay before they combined schools, and he left and came back and won another. But 2 of you girls said something that he said to us in an interview that's really stuck out. And that's be the best you can at anything. Danny Horn, in that interview, you can see it on our channel, he actually says, if you're taking the trash out, be the best at taking the trash out. If you're making your bed, do that as hard as you can. And I noticed 2 of you girls said that. But you all have the same voice. I mean, it's amazing. And the beautiful part, like not having a set coach right now, you guys don't care. I mean, you guys got enough senior leadership, I can tell. I mean, I love this team right here, this chemistry. This is a gold mine, whoever coaches this team.
Who would you say inside the county is your biggest rival?
Probably either Apache or Etowah, just because they're a good opponent to play, and it's always a tough match, and it's always a lot of fun playing them.
Have a good drive. It's always fun to play them.
You guys, like before you play one of those teams, whether it be Etowah or Apache, the practices leading up to it, y'all feel it in the air? Do y'all feel something a little bit different?
definitely, there's definitely a lot more aggression on our practices when we have that game so close on our border. We're definitely like looking forward to it, working hard for it because we really want it.
I like it. I think that's it, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.